Ooh, welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is November the 20th, 2025. We're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite and Collusion because it was a 3-hour show. A lot of things happened in this show, a lot of things, and we got some matches got made for Full Gear, the pre-show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you guys what matches are here. I will tell you guys the matches here because I might forget some of the matches. So let's get it done over here. AEW list of pay-per-views. Full Gear. It's going to happen this Saturday. Can't wait to have it. We heard that the Continental Classic is happening on next week. Starting next week, there's a Continental Classic will be starting for the UO5 Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Boom and Doom. Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall will be versing Big Justice versus RPG Vice, Rocky Romero, and Trent Barretta. They were making this rivalry happen like a Ring of Honor. This is a pre-show, the Tailgate Brawl. They changed it to that, not pre-show anymore. We have a 4-tag team match for $200,000. We got Max Caster and Andy Bowens versus the Bang Bang Gang. Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson versus Big Bill and Brian Keep versus the Outrunners, Troop Magnum and Turbo Floyd. Coolio. I will tell you guys more about this match when we get there. El Sky Team, Dorada, Mystico, and Neon will be versing the Don Callis family, Okada, Takashita, and Hashimo. Trios match for the CMLL World Trios Championship. I will tell you guys how this match even got started. Most of the matches as well. We got Hook and Eddie Kingston will be versing a mystery tag team. They want to fight. We had Chris Sandlander versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World Championship. We already knew about this one. Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe in a steel cage match for the AEW World Championship. Bandito and Brody King versus FTR for the tag team titles. Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express will be versing Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. $1 million trios match. The winner will receive $1 million in cash prize. We have the Casino Gauntlet match for the first ever national champion. We found out who's number 1 and who's number 2 because they have matches for it, and that's the number that you want. It's not like the Royal Rumble. You want to be number 30. You want 1 and 2 because if you could get the pin, it's all over. It's not elimination. It's all over. So you want to be in the match because if you don't be in the match, you might not have a chance at the title. We have Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. No disqualification match for the AEW TNT Championship. If Briscoe loses, he will be forced to join the Don Callis family. Darby Allin versus Pac. That's like the only normal match here that doesn't have a title or a stipulation. Babes of Wrath. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we found out who is in the quarterfinals or semifinals. I think it's semifinals of the women's tag team titles. And we heard that whoever's in the 4 teams that's in the semifinals will be in a 4-way tag team match. And the winning team will choose the stipulation for their semifinal match in the first ever AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament. So if whoever wins this match, and we could have a different type of stipulation for a different match. So we have 2 semifinal matches, and one of them will be a normal match, and one of them will have a stipulation. So whoever wins this match, they will get an opportunity for that stipulation. I'm not going to tell you who wins this because the first rounds or the quarterfinals are on AEW Dynamite. And then we had Jon Moxley versus Kyle Fletcher in a no-holds-barred match. I'll tell you guys more about that when we get there. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't get a lot of segments. We got some segments that happened after the matches. So let's get to it. We got Bobby Lashley versus Ricochet for the #1 spot in the gauntlet match at Full Gear. But Ricochet wouldn't stop talking. He didn't want to fight Bobby Lashley, so he trashed the city. He trashed the audience. He trashed everybody. He even trashed Bobby Lashley. But Bobby was done with it, and he chokeslammed Ricochet. Ricochet was still on the microphone and telling Bobby, let go of me, and then he chokeslammed him outside of the ring onto a GOA. That was a lot of words to say. But the winner of that match, it goes to the gauntlet match as #1, is Bobby Lashley. We have the Young Bucks teaming up with Josh Alexander to versus Sky Flight, Top Flights, and Scorpio Sky. It was a pretty decent trios match, but the winner of that match are the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. And Don Callis wants to know, will the Young Bucks join the Don Callis family? But the Young Bucks did not answer. It looks like they're upset to it. But Don Callis was trying his best to get them be part of it, because they know that he threatened them that if you don't choose us, AEW is dangerous and you could end up like Kenny Omega. But Kenny Omega came out and tried to attack every single Don Callis member, but it was too much of them. They attacked his leg, and then then Josh Alexander did an ankle lock, but Don Callis stopped him and told the Young Bucks do the BTE trigger onto Kenny Omega. They were about to do it until the Jurassic Express comes out to make the save. Luchasaurus just ran into the ring with a vacuum cleaner. And Jungle Boy with a shovel. What in the world? What type of weapons you bringing? You got a vacuum cleaner? I know I've seen WWE with the kitchen sink. But a vacuum cleaner? Weird. This is for the #2 spot, Shelton Benjamin versus Mike Bailey. I thought it was a pretty decent match. The Bobby Lashley one was a little short because Bobby Lashley just destroyed Ricochet. But this was a pretty decent match between Shelton Benjamin and Mike Bailey. I enjoyed it. But the winner of that match was Shelton Benjamin. And now we're going to have Bobby Lashley versus Shelton Benjamin 1 and 2 in the gauntlet match. Remember, it's just business. That's what Mr. MVP says. It's just business. That's what they do. They do business. Next, we have Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy. Because Jon Moxley is upset because they lost at the Blood and Guts match last week when Jon Moxley tapped out to Kyle O'Reilly. So it was a pretty decent tag team match. I enjoyed it, but the winner of that match was Jon Moxley and Claudio with the help of Utah and the rest of the other Death Riders except for Pac. And then the rest of the Death Riders was attacking Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong until Kyle O'Reilly comes out and makes the save. And he told Jon Moxley, I want to have a match with you at Full Gear in a no-holds-barred, and I want to do the same thing I did to you at Blood and Guts and make you tap out. And that's why we got that match. We have Toni Storm and Mina versus Alex Windsor and Riho. And this is from the semifinals match. This is quarterfinals. And then the semifinals. It was a pretty okay match. I enjoyed it. But the winner of that match was Toni Storm and Mina. I already knew they might win this match. Because I don't see Alex Windsor and Riho winning this match. No, thank you. I know Toni Storm and Mina. I could see they be in the finals and maybe lose in the finals. But they could win it. I could see them giving Toni Storm another championship. She's a draw for the AEW Women's Division. Next, we got Adam Page in our main event of Dynamite. Adam Page versus Shibata. It was a pretty... Adam Page attacked Shibata before the match. Samoa Joe was pissed. And then there was low blows. There was a whole bunch of things. And then you saw Shibata try to do an ankle lock, but Hangman Adam Page's boot fell off. Slipped off. And then when Hangman did a clothesline on him, the boot went flying. He caught the boots. And then he did a buckshot lariat. And he gets the win. Adam Page gets the win, and Adam Page did a low blow after the match, because that's what Shibata did. Try to do like Shattered Dreams, but a different way. He didn't do that. He just did. I think he did some chops, and then he kicked the turnbuckle into the groin. So yeah, and then Adam Page did the same thing. And then he yelled at Samoa Joe, "You're in the commentary. You're with the commentary people." With a poncho, remember when he was at WrestleMania and it was raining, they were outside and the commentary has to wear ponchos? Yeah, he had to wear the poncho. So he made fun of that, and he says, I want you to remember that you have nobody. You don't have Powerhouse Hobbs because he's in the hospital, and Shibata doesn't have any balls. So now Samoa Joe needs to remember that he's all by himself inside the steel cage against Adam Page. And he says, remember what I did to the last person that I had a steel cage match with. Samoa Joe looked like he was about to cry. I don't know why, but he looked like he was about to cry. Next is our collusion, and we have Megan Bayne and Chauffeur will be versing Tay Mello and Anna Jay in the quarterfinals of the tournament. The winner of that match was Megan Bayne and Miss Chauffeur getting the win. Congrats. We never thought Anna Jay and Tay Mello will win this. Maybe if it was with Ford, but now there's a Death Rider and an undefeated Megan Bayne. I don't think she's undefeated anymore, but they're trying to make her like a monster, so I think if it was Ford in there, I think they would win this match. But now, because there's a Death Rider and Megan Bayne in there, they win. Next, we got Okada versus Dorada. Is a double Jeopardy match. Whoever wins the match, if Dorada wins, he gets a shot of the Unified Championship. But if Okada wins, he gets a shot of the Trios Championship at CMLL Trios Championship, against teaming up with any member of the Don Callis family. I thought it was a pretty decent match. Dorado botched a couple of moves. I'm sorry to say it, but he did botch a couple of moves, and he almost knocked himself out. I'm happy he didn't. He almost knocked himself out, because he messed up like a top rope move and almost landed on his head. I'm happy that he saved it. And it almost hurt Okada. Thank God nobody's hurt. The winner of that match was Okada getting the win and getting his shots. And Don Callis says that we're going to do it at the Tailgate Brawl at Full Gear. And he named the three guys that will go for the Trios Championship: Okada, Hachimo, and the returning of Takeshita. I don't know how is that the returning when he showed up multiple times in the United States. And I don't know how's that a return. Maybe it's a return match, but he did not return. This is not a return, because he was at the summit with the Don Callis family. That was in the United States. He wasn't stuck in the New Japan. Oh my God. So nobody really is saying that he got stuck in Japan. I don't know what you're trying to say. He returned. Every time he shows up, that's a return. How is that a return when he showed up the last couple weeks? But Okada's not happy that Takeshita is his tag team partner. He's even asking Don Callis, why him? I'm okay with Hachimo, but I'm not okay with Takeshita. Don Callis is doing this team thing that they had to work as a team and then they will trust each other. And then we have Mercedes Moné versus Red Velvet. I guess it's for the undisputed Ring of Honor World Television Championship because Mercedes beat Mina, but it was the interim television championship. And Red Velvet was holding the real one. I don't know why, when she was back from injury, why she did not get rid of the interim. I don't know. But the winner of that match was Mercedes Moné getting the win. Chris Statlander was on commentary. Mercedes Moné was on commentary. Mercedes was the new undisputed Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, getting the win, and then she was celebrating on top of the announce table. Chris Statlander got off her seat and go in front of her, and then you saw Mercedes just throws two of her belts at Chris Statlander and jumped on her off the announce table, the Meteorica onto Chris Statlander and keep beating her up to end AEW. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. My title that I've been talking about multiple times is finally coming soon. Not very soon because it just got shipped. I'm still waiting for it. So I'm hoping that we get it soon. Hoping the next couple weeks. Because it did say in December I was supposed to get it. I'm hoping it comes early. But I don't know. I'm not a patient guy. Especially for something I really want. And I want to show you guys what it is. I already told you it's the Jeff Hardy TNA World Title. But I want to do unboxing for you guys. And show you guys what I got. Like, it's a pretty cool title. I never thought about it until now, and it wasn't expensive. It was like it wasn't expensive. I'm not gonna tell you how much I spent, but it wasn't that expensive. I bought a lot of expensive belts. Like the AEW World Title, the spinner belts. I bought a lot of expensive belts before. But this one wasn't expensive. I don't think this one's going to weigh a lot. I think it's going to weigh like the NXT title that I have. I think it's going to weigh the same amount of weight as the NXT title I have. Because the other ones is a little more heavier than the NXT one. You always have to drink your water. I don't like water. Doesn't taste that good. But the NXT title has thin metal, like what it has in real life, and the other ones has thick metal. So, the World Heavyweight Championship, the current and the old school one, they're a little more heavier than the NXT one, like in a pound, something like that. But the WWE spinner belt is a little heavier, and the AEW one is heavier. But the only problem I have now, I'm getting upset about it because some reason my leather is coming off. I stapled the leather together from my other belts, but the spinner belt is too thick, so I can't staple it. So I'm trying to use like really strong tape to try to try to fix it. Maybe I will show you guys next time. Maybe, I don't know. Right now you can't really see it because it's in the shelf. I don't know if you guys. They're in their shelves, so you can't really see it. So, yeah, I'm hoping that I could fix it, and I'm hoping that the leather could stop falling apart. I think it was just too hot. I think because it happened in the summer, and it's hard to keep my place cool. Because yeah, I have an AC, but I don't have like a powerful AC that could like cool off the whole apartment. So it's hard to keep this place cool, and you have these things. So I'm just thinking it's because it was too hot. And they were on the shelf in the hot sun. We have a window over here blaring the sun and the heat, and the belts is over there too. So I don't know what else to do. I might get a shelf that has like doors, like you could cover the shelves. I've seen some people. It's like a glass doors. I've seen people have them, but I don't know if that's going to stop the heat. I don't think that's going to stop the heat because it's going to be hot inside of it too. If I put a fan in there, but I'm not going to put a fan in there. They're not living. I could try to patch them up, stuff like that. That's why I staple it. Mostly my brother staple it because I don't have a really good hand coordination to actually know what I'm doing. So, yeah, my brother did it, and we couldn't do the spinner belt because the metal plate is too thick. So I'm trying to find some tape that will work on leather. So that's what I'm doing. I look it up. They said duct tape. So sounds easy. It's just now I need to buy some and apply it on the belt. I'm trying to find black tape because the leather is black. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it to be see-through. See-through is not bad, but if I get gray, it's going to look stupid. But I get black, it will be camouflaged to the belt, the leather. That's all me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown results. No, TNA results. That's all me today. Tell us out. Bye.